he just lived and died for deer. I mean, you just could see it in him when the passion. And
he says, one thing you need to understand is that in order to understand this business, you got to live it, you got to sleep it, you got to breathe it. Ken has a lot of passion for the golf and turf business.
A real passion for John Deere, and it's that all-encompassing passion that I'm going to miss.
I think he made a lot of people believers that weren't believers early on of what this division could do. And I think almost single-handedly, he put us where we are today.
A lesser man probably wouldn't have survived it. Ken has gone outside the boundaries of what is the norm within the John Deere organization, in my opinion, to develop it.
There's a lot of us that have been with him, but he alone pushed the envelope.
Ken, to us, I mean, is Mr. Golf and Turf.
Just 11 years, John Deere has made great strides in this business. And now, through this agreement, we have become the official golf course equipment supplier to the PGA Tour, and I'm happy about that.
So the early years were very evolutionary. We went and learned about the turf industry. We visited golf courses.
And he gave me this book by James Beard called Golf Course Management. And I read it over the weekend, which was really kind of stupid. And I yellow highlighted it and did everything I was supposed to do. And the next Monday, my boss called me and says, well, congratulations on working for Golf and Turf.
And we all, as a small group, probably of no more than 10 or 12 people, learned the business, literally stop to stop, visiting golf courses around North America.
And in February of '87, we had our very first GCSAA trade show.
We stood proudly in our first trade show in Phoenix with a booth full of things painted green that were absolutely worthless, and we didn't know any better. And Ken, God bless him, would just sit there and go, hey, it's John Deere, we're going to support you, we're going to do whatever it takes to be your partner. And we didn't know at that point that we really didn't have a product line, but he fought for it.
There was a point in time, and we all knew that it was coming, and actually it was a bit longer than one might expect. It was a couple years into the entire project. And it was whether or not we would survive or not. And anybody that listens to this videotape needs to understand that there's only one person that put it together.
Ken is an engineer by trade. He has an engineering degree. He's one of those unique individuals that sees everything from the blueprint to the final marketing solution. And that's really unique. And he, with that product, was able to enlist the support of the factory and the engineers to design it, convince the marketplace that it was something unique, and that caught people's attention.
I'd have to say that he, to me, he is what John Deere Golf and Turf is all about. He's established the integrity, the core principles that we've operated by for 16 years, and he's done a fantastic job.
Taking the business at times people thought maybe we should just get out of it, and now we're number one.
I don't know, it's never, every day's different. You don't know what to expect.
Some days are very enlightening, some days are very, very difficult. But the passion that he shows for the business, the way that he is willing to lay his career on the line for what he believes in has meant a lot to me and has taught me a lot on what to do in the future. We need, it's a way to go.
He doesn't
do what others expect him to do. He does what he thinks is right. I mean, he follows his vision. He's always said to us, this is a democracy, but only one person has a vote, and that's me.
One that he always talks about with me is that this is his candy store. And in his candy store, he controls the candy. And who gets the candy? And what kind of candy?
I just can remember sitting in a room with him and him being tough. Ken wanted it his way, and that's pretty much how it came out, was the way he wanted it to be.
He was the best boss I ever had. He never had a question of where you stood in Ken's mind. If you were doing well, you knew it. If you were doing badly, you knew it.
I think he's extremely loyal to those that are doing what he expects. But if you're not, there's no reason to be around.
I think you always know where you stand with Ken. I don't think there's ever a gray area.
Basically, you hear the old saying that what you see is what you get, and that's the way it is with Ken. Regardless of who you are, it doesn't matter. He's going to be himself regardless.
He's one of the most direct and upfront and honest individuals I've ever met, and he treats one person or a group of 200 people the same way.
The one thing about Ken I think I've always admired about him is, he treats everybody with, the same respect and the same enthusiasm.
It's really interesting because I go back to when Ken's in front of a customer, you have no better person from this company to be working with a customer because he is on.
Oh yeah, he's a good salesman. Good salesman. Yeah, bought in lock, stock, and barrel. Was ready to go. Ready to sign up right then.
In 2 minutes of talking to him, you feel comfortable, like you're his friend. Treats everybody at every level with exactly the same manner. My sales reps feel like they're Ken Edwards' friend.
First thing you feel about Ken is that you're a friend of his from day one, like you've known him for your whole life. He's that kind of a guy.